Hello, readers, friends, and everyone else out there. This is Aaron Allner, and I'm back with another episode of One Row Reviews where I talk about my writing and my reading for as long as it takes me to add one row to this crochet project. So, a lot of titles that you've heard a few times on my reading list for this week. Still working on Inkspell by Cornelia Funke. It's the audiobook that I have going in the car. New audiobook in Libby this week. I kind of have two that I've been going back and forth between because I'll check it out and then there will be a hold on it, so then I'll have to check the other one out, and then, there will be a hold on that one, so I can't renew it, and so I'm kind of going back and forth between these two. So no Otherworld this week, but I do have The Sword of Summer, which is the first book in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series by Riordan that I was listening to on Libby this week. Still working on The Stone of Farewell in print. Still working on The Lost and Found Bookshop by Susan Wiggs in print. Stone of Farewell is by Tad Williams, by the way. And this week I had a graphic. I read a manga, Dinosaur Sanctuary number 8 by Itaru Kinoshita. No, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Itaru Kinoshita. Had it written down right there on this little helpful pronunciation guide I typed up for myself too. Anyway, so writing went pretty good this week, although I had something kind of silly happen. There was this scene where I knew a particular piece of information was going to be involved, and I could not remember how I had actually phrased it previously. So I was going back and I was doing searches in the manuscripts for the first two books in the trilogy, trying to find where in the world I had put this particular piece of information in order to here we go in order to make sure that I had it right. What is the end on this? There it is. Okay. And so I'm going through, I spent like a whole hour-long writing session scouring the two manuscripts, trying to find this little tidbit in there to know like how I had phrased it before, because there was a scene that involves this particular piece of information, and I'm like, what the heck did I do with it? Did I edit it out and I just don't remember? Did I, am I just imagining things? Did I dream this? I'm like, what in the world is going on? Well, I finally figured out that what it was, I hadn't actually put it in one of the books. I had put it in a blog post a few years back. I did some blog posts on the world of Chronicles of the Rock Rider that mostly just had like world building information that I thought hardcore fans might like, but didn't really have an organic place to work into either of the manuscripts at that point in time. So I had put it in there, and it had been a while since I'd posted that, so my brain knew that it was involved somewhere and just couldn't remember specifically where it was. So that was rather funny. I was laughing at myself pretty good on that when I finally figured that one out. Now, the book that I thought I would focus on this week, as far as sharing my thoughts, I thought I would talk about Dinosaur Sanctuary, because, I'll tell you, Dinosaur Sanctuary, it's just delightful. It's this manga series. If you don't know what manga is, it's the Japanese style comic books. It's a particular art style. It's pretty cool. And they are about a dinosaur theme park. Well, not theme park, but like a dinosaur wildlife park, like a zoo with dinosaur space. So it's like Jurassic Park if Jurassic Park actually worked instead of everybody getting eaten. So basically, the idea is that at some point in history, they discovered that there's an island where dinosaurs, certain species of them anyway, never went extinct. And so they started breeding programs and they got their numbers up and they started these parks around the world where people could come and enjoy the dinosaurs. And then they did a Jurassic Park thing where there were certain species of dinosaur that actually had gone extinct, but since they had dinosaurs that were still alive, they were able to use fossil record and DNA from those dinosaurs to bring several of the extinct species back from the dead. And so now there are dinosaur parks. A few years before the first book of the series, the dinosaur parks have their first Jurassic Park-like event. It's not on the level of what happens in Jurassic Park. It's not at that same scale, but yeah, they have a dinosaur breakout that ends in catastrophe. And so people are not as enamored of the dinosaur parks anymore as they previously were. And so here we go. Our main character, Suzume Suma, is a rookie dino keeper. She's just starting at this struggling dinosaur park called Dino Land. And so the series follows her going through and interning at all of the different departments. And there's a different dino keeper that heads up the different types of dinosaurs, and so she's learning all of these things and trying to come up with ideas to help the park bring in more visitors and get into the black, all of this. And in Dinosaur Sanctuary 8, they're trying to come up with ideas for basically the corporate entity that owns Dino Land has said, we can't, Dino Land hasn't been profitable in a while, and we can't keep subsidizing the work that you guys are doing with profits from our other businesses, so you guys need to, they give them these metrics of, you need to hit one of these two benchmarks, or we're going to shut you down. So in Sanctuary 8, they were trying to come up with ideas for how they could hit these metrics and what are they going to do. One of the fun things about these books is, like, the dinosaurs in the park all have these funny little personalities. Like, they have a Triceratops who's missing one of his horns because he used to be this real brawler. And so they put his horn out and they have, like, this little display, can you lift Masaru's horn? They have this elderly T-Rex that, like, everybody's big fans of this T-Rex, but she can rarely come out for people to see her because she's so old and it's tough for her to get around and things like that. So they're trying to come up with like ways that people can still see the T-Rex and not have it be too hard on her having to get around. And they've got two Chasmosaurs that are they're trying to get them to breed with each other, and so they're trying to make that a whole thing for the park guests of like, what are they going to call the baby, and they end up having one and all this. It's just really delightful. It's just a nice feel-good series. And, I would recommend this. I mean, not just for if you're a fan of manga, but, if you're an animal lover, you're probably going to like this. If you're a person like me who just never completely outgrew your childhood love of dinosaurs, and you still love learning new facts about dinosaurs, you're definitely going to like this, because the artist, Itaru Kinoshita, works with an actual paleontologist who specializes in, like, what did dinosaurs look like and how did they move and stuff. And so in between each chapter in the books, this paleontologist gives you information about, like, well, here's how we know how this dinosaur moved, and this is what this dinosaur probably looked like, and it's really cool. You get to read these little letters from this person, and you know, if you're a dino lover who always kind of thought, you know, dinosaurs got a bad rap, and, you know, they're not just about, you know, meat eaters fighting each other and running away and causing mayhem and all that stuff, and, you know, you think, you know, dinosaurs can be kind of fun and cuddly too, and that sort of thing. I think you'll probably like this. Yeah, it's just, you know, a nice relaxing read. Now, there are some exciting moments, like the, you know, when they talk about, you know, the catastrophe that happened with the breakout and stuff. Like, the dinosaurs are definitely not like teddy bears in this. Like, they're still dinosaurs. The meat eaters are still very much, you know, carnivores and hunters and things like that. But it's, like I say, it's just a nice feel-good series. Definitely liked it, definitely recommend it. And that brings me to the end of this row. So, as always, let's lay this puppy flat and see how long we are now. We are at... I have to start doing this on the floor before too long. It's getting too long to fit on the seat of this chair. Hold on. I know that's not right, because the first measurement I got is the same as last week, and we've added multiple rows since then. Hold on. Ah, 24 3/4. I may have gotten one of my measurements off, because that seems like it should be more than that from last week, but oh well. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll talk at you next week.